All right. So please put your names in the attendees section. And meanwhile, we'll start with the webs. Also, we have the open floor if you want to add something. Meanwhile, the first web that we have belongs to Binyat. And I remember you had a POC as well. Do you want to talk about them?
Yeah, that was my idea today, just to talk about a little bit about this. I already had some discussions with Nir on the proof of concept PR, since the API was a little bit too complex. I think that was, or that could be like one of the main discussion points, if this is something that likes to people, like the idea of doing this. Um, so right now, that the implementation relies on pretty much two fields. Um, so when you register a network binding plugin, you can um, define a ratio and an offset. So based on that, you if you have one interface that is going to be attached into a VM that is using a network binding plugin with that configuration, it will add the offset once, and it will multiply the guest memory times the ratio times the number of interfaces of that type of network binding plugin that you are adding. It's a little bit too complex, but it's just a way of getting something general and mimic the how Leopard does that kind of calculation at the same time. Honestly, if we want to keep this simple, a Boolean flag would be enough. I mean, if we just say this is a network binding plugin that has some requirements regarding memory lock, we could just do it with one Boolean flag, or even just in case in the future there are like other kind of behaviors, we could just add like an enum and just call it like, the different behaviors. But right now we would just have one, which would be like the basic way that Leopard handles this at the moment. So yeah, based on this implementation, if we are, I'm just waiting for the BEP discussions just to start, reach an agreement on how the API should look like, and then based on that, well, I will update this POC PR.
Did you
Um,
publish a vet?
yeah, last Friday I just sent the BEP, this one.
Oh, I
I
didn't see
didn't.
it.
I
Okay.
didn't CC you. I didn't CC you. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I was just in a hurry, just trying to go for lunch, and probably forgot. But yeah, I will CC you. Well,
Thank
Let me
you.
do that.
thank you. Yeah. On the VEP, I'm forgetting about the complex implementation of the API and just focusing on one Boolean flag. But it's, as I told you, it could be a Boolean or an enumerator if we kind of are not sure about how this could be extended at some point in the future. But yeah.
Eddie, do you have anything to say about this? Since
About
I'm asking
about the
Eddie.
API, do you mean?
No, I'm asking Eddie about the whole concept because he thought that the overhead fields that we currently have in the plugin might have been a mistake. Um, and then I thought that maybe he had an opinion about what we need to do for this rep.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was a mistake or not. Like the old thing, like the network being the plugin over thing. I'm not sure about that because I'm not really sure about the use cases that it could have. But what I'm sure is that it doesn't really. serve this use case. I mean, are like different things. That's pretty much what I can say about it. I think if that was like an actual answer to your question, but
I'm just trying to see if Eddie has an opinion, but I don't think he is. He's probably not listening.
hmm.
So
You
I'll try.
assume too much, Nir.
Uh,
Your assumptions are very at very high level. Um, I think I commented on. I didn't. I commented on the original somewhere. I don't remember where, but
Slack channel probably.
maybe
Like,
yes. I don't know. I usually this age I forget very quickly. So
Eddie is
my
103.
yes. So the problem is that this new I saw it when it was another number, right? Not a boolean, but I'm not sure if it matters really because it just shows it just I try to understand where is it coming from, what is the other example, and the other example is the field that we added overhead for the compute in the configuration of the plugin. And in my opinion, the reason I think that one was a mistake is now that I saw this one is because we are trying to we are saying that this is a plugin, then the plugin needs more memory, or the plugin needs different memory lock behavior, and that's affecting much more than just the interface. It affects, for example, the memlock affects libvirt in general. And then if I have another place that requires this, let's say a different plugin for storage or some integration point that someone else did, then it actually collides with it. And I need to have some logic to say how do I take this plugin information needs and the other needs and everything together and create some logic about what is needed for libvirt to run properly. Um, Currently, just an example for this case, memlock today is also it has an assumption. The current assumption is that we already know what requires an increased memory lock. For example, in our case, it's SROV or host device. And then we act based on that. If we see that one, then we just add another meg. I don't remember what's the number.
Gig, 1 gig.
1 gig.
yeah,
So
1 GB. Yeah.
yeah, so we add it, which is pretty much a simplified inverse engineering of what libvirt is supposed to do.
Which is not the case.
Which is, what do you mean?
We're actually what Benya did was direct reverse engineering. And what we did is not reverse engineering, it's just making sure we have enough.
Yes, I'm not talking about the calculation. It doesn't I don't care if the calculation is done. You do some very sophisticated calculation or just take a number that is very close to the calculation. But the problem is that the fact that you have a plugin and that plugin is going to touch the whole assumption about the VM creation, and the reason for the memlock can come from many, many other sources feels a bit problematic here. Like I would expect, and this is what I think I commented if it was on Slack, is that I would expect to have this decided in another place. For example, I'm not saying this is the solution, but for example, we have now you could say that it should come as a resource request, and the resource should be mem lock, and that resource should be added to something that we already know. That could be solved like that. That's a generic solution through a generic manner. And the responsibility of adding that memlock is up to for example, if someone creates a plugin, then he could create a webhook that annotates the VM based on that information. Like it will say that this VM is using this plugin, and it will add a memory lock through the resources. That's an option. I'm not saying that's the solution, but I'm giving you a generic option to do it.
It
That's it.
doesn't play well
Otherwise,
with device plugins, I think.
what?
It's not going to play well with device plugins if you treat it as a custom resource.
I think it. Why not? It can work with. I think it can work because you could. I'm just. First of all, I'm just giving you an example. You need to have an agreement. In general, you need to have an agreement, probably with Virt also, about or mainly how to express that you want an extra memlock on libvirt. Okay. Or on the hypervisor in general. So you need an API for that. One option, as I said, is a resource. We usually translate the resources to the pod. You could say that some of the resources are restricted just for the KubeVirt and not to pass it to the pod. And that one you can express other things. But you can also say that you want a different API. I don't have the answer for that. But anyway, for me, any increase in memory or memlock or all kind of other resources, it feels it needs to come in a generic way and not through the plugins, because the plugins are supposed to mainly take care of the network parts or the network hooks, and these things are more than network. They are like implications, they side effects, I would say. We could also, by the way, we could also say something else. We could also say that this memlock thing requires integration between Virt Handler and Virt Launcher, because Virt Launcher, the webhook has the opportunity to mutate the libvirt domain, and based on that mutation, Virt Handler can decide what to do in a generic manner. Like, for example, if host devices are used, then it will add memory. Or if that is used, it will add memory. Um, yeah, that's it. So for me, this is not scaling. That's my point. You now need memory lock. Tomorrow you will need another device. Tomorrow, and then you will need more things, and you will always will add it to the plugin API. So maybe just get ideas from also from real people. It may be interesting. Like just to try to find what they think, what ideas they may have of how to express that we need a memory lock in a pluggable manner or in an integration manner.
I
How
think
can we
that
do?
we shouldn't calculate it twice. If Linfield already calculates it, we should find a solution that uses their calculation, like query them, give them the domain, query them, and they should tell us, oh, this is the calculation that we reached.
Yeah, that's also possible. It's but this requires a virt handler, virt API, a virt launcher command, for example, API. It's a command.
Yeah.
But again, if you limit if you I don't know, if you focus on the problem that you have now needs to have memory locks, and you need an integration port for this memory lock to have a decision, like, and then I think it can be raised with the compute team and the SIG compute, and then they can uh, give their opinion what they what they think. If they have ideas, maybe they will find you will find out that actually this is needed for other reason as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So what would you
Okay. So
suggest for Benya to do now in this respect? We suggested a VEP, and
But the web starts a discussion, so the web will be seen by everyone, including compute. So that's not bad. It will just trigger a discussion. I think that in parallel that you create the web, then start maybe introduce this also in the compute to the compute SIG. There is a meeting. They have a meeting, a weekly one actually, after the
Wednesday.
community one. Yes. So maybe that's worth raising that as a topic there, and raising the need of that, and see what they think, what ideas comes to mind there.
It's Wednesday at 4:30, I think, your time.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
maybe Nir can, if Nir is in this, you're Nir, you're engaged in this game early on, then maybe you can contact some of the people that decide there and check with them what they think, or if they
Okay.
have an idea. I mean, it's preparing the people to this idea before they see it the first time. It may help as well.
Yeah. Okay. Ananya, can you please put an action item on me to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, did you this when you created the web, right? Like, do you have other option, or is this the only option?
I was like the other option I was thinking about was just like extending the hooks of the sidecar, but as you mentioned, that brings another trouble, which is that you need an integration, like a way to integrate beer handler and the beer launcher to wait for the sidecar hook result and then update the memory lock limits based on that, which it's not like some integration that exists at the moment, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
So that brings like added complexity to the solution. Um, but I'm trying to understand what you meant, which was like adding one webhook, right, in which that calculation will happen. But would that webhook depend on like like where are you actually pointing to that webhook? Is that something that you kind of specify on each PM? Like for this PM, you calculate this memory lock based on this webhook
Yeah.
that you have here.
Yeah. So it goes something like. First of all, I wanted to say what you said before. I think you could express the ideas or the options in the web anyway. So it will show that you thought about other options, although they are more complex, but it was considered, and it can give also ideas to the person who reviews it. So it has value even if you are not sure that you want to go that path, but at least it was thought of. Now regarding the webhook, assuming that you have a way to express that you want a memlock or for a specific memory size, or I don't know, Boolean. I don't understand how a Boolean will work, but let's say that you want to say what is the added memlock that you want to add to a VM. Then how to express that is one thing. For example, do you want to add it as a resource, or do you want to add it as a notation, or maybe add a new field? All kind of this kind of things. And then the second part is how you decide when to put it. So it's either if you want to do it at the cluster level, then you will create a webhook and it is deployed as part of your plugin. And that webhook will say every time I'm seeing a VM and it has this interface with this plugin or with this configuration, then I will add this amount of memory lock. That's it, to that field that I'm
Yeah.
going that we said
Okay.
before. Something like
Okay,
that.
I get it. I get it. I think I kind of get it, but yeah, I will think about it. I will think about it. Yeah, because then, so yeah, okay. So each plugin would be actually like deploying its own webhook if they need to, right?
Yes,
And
actually,
then
yeah,
calculation would happen.
yes, it's part of the design of the plugins. It says that if it needs the modifications beyond the or either modification or validations beyond beyond the specific network part, then it should do it with webhooks. I think it was specified in the design. I don't know if it appears in the development guide about it. I think it is, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
Um,
I will check. I will check.
uh,
Yeah.
but for example, can say that I cannot, if I am putting this specific interface binding type, and it requires the minimum of 2 CPUs, right? It makes sense that you will also deploy a validation webhook that checks that this VM was created with at least 2 CPUs per each interface that you add, because that was your requirement. So you are adding this validation in order to make sure the VMs that you are creating are correct. Or you are actually even mutating it yourself automatically. So it's up to the one that created the plugin to also possibly as an option deploy a webhook for it.
Okay. Get it. Thank you.
Something that I didn't understand, did you want to overcommit memory?
It's not that you are overcommitting memory, because it's just the amount of memory that you could lock. So it's not that you are using more memory than or that you could use more memory than the one that you could use inside the Berry launcher. It's just that you are letting processes lock as much memory as they would like to inside that thing. Overcommit would happen, but it's just overcommit of the lock limit. It's not the overcommit of memory that processes inside the beer launcher could use.
But
Actually,
you,
the comments in Leopard actually comment on that and say that, yeah, this could happen, but it's not something that concerns us. Just to
but
let
you
you know.
want to lock more memory than you're requesting, right?
No,
That's
no,
it.
not
No,
memory. What do you mean? It doesn't want
That
to lock more
that could
memory.
that could happen. That could happen. Yeah,
because
that could
because
happen, and Leopard could do that if I understand correctly. Because
because in your response when we asked you why the current overheads were not sufficient, you said that the current overheads they increase the requests, and you don't want to increase the request because you won't be able to schedule enough VMs. So
that's it.
I deduced from it that you want to have to lock more memory than you are requesting.
It's I don't think this is how it works. It's you have leave it, right? And leave it creates the QEMU process, right? It forks it, right?
Yeah.
So this is how it
Mhm.
works today. It forks the QEMU process. And if you did it, if you want if the QEMU process needs more memory, then like by default, I think it will allocate based on the memory that leave it has, right?
Yeah.
Because it forks. So if you think it needs more, then you need to assign it more. Like you need to configure the kernel to say, okay, this process can should increase the memory lock that it can do. Even if now it uses 1 gig, then I want to give it 2 gig, and then it doesn't mean it uses all the 2 gig. It just means that it reserves it, and when it will fork the QEMU one, then the QEMU one will be created with, I think, with 2 gig memory lock, and then and then leave it will not need to resize it or something like that. It will not need to increase the size of it, because this is what it attempts to do. After it forks it, it tries to resize the memory lock based on the domain configuration it has, more or less what I
Mhm.
said. I hope I maybe I missed some details.
And all of that is way after scheduling, which scheduling only looks at the memory request, right?
Yes, I think so. But memory is not, you are not, I think you are, I don't remember, it's you are upper bound, but it's not by default or something like that. I don't remember. But I mean, you have enough upper bound here. I don't think this is the problem here.
No, I was just trying to understand the motivation for the PR as opposed to what we already have supported. Because Benyat said that using what we already have supported would not let him schedule enough VMs on the machine because it
No,
increases the requests.
no. If you want, if for example, you can today you can configure extra memory beyond the memory of the RAM that you requested. You have a VM, you want 1 gig of RAM for the VM, you can, and it has like another overhead above that, let's say 10% more, and then you want to say, no, but I know it will need not 10%, it will need another half a gig more. So you can give it another extra memory also, beyond what is automatically calculated. That I think those parts you can control. So I don't think this is the case here. The case here is how much memory you want to lock, if I understood correctly. SRV is the first one that uses host devices with VirtIO, I think, or something like that, or VFIO, I forgot the name. And that one, we know that it requires more memory, so we add it in explicitly.
Yeah, maybe we should have a dedicated call for this, or
Yes.
maybe
Yeah,
we
for
should move it
this.
to the
So Ananya, next time you should cut it after 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was waiting till 1:30 because we did not have like many topics after this. So yes, this will move to the compute meeting, and I'll try to see if I can link the schedule of the next compute call somewhere here. Okay, thank you everyone. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So this is Near's web related to decoupling the NAD. And this was in review for a long time. And finally, I think there was a
And
suggestion to rethink the. Yeah, sorry,
yeah,
please continue.
yeah. So basically, Lubo was in favor of this of doing it this way, and then Vladik said that he would rather deploy it using Vert operator because he thought that it was too big of a risk for the users to require to deploy it by themselves. The what's it called? Resource network resources injector. And I scheduled a call with them, and hopefully they'll join the call today, and we can reach an agreement.
Thank you. Next is the web, where we are trying to make the NAD reference field live upgradable. So the suggestion is to change this network name field, which is the part of the network's struct, to live migratable instead of restart required. And I have this still in draft. Maybe I should move it to ready for review. And I got some comments from you, Near, and Aurel. I addressed half of them, and I'll push the next set of changes in sometime after this call. But please take a look once again. Yeah, that's all. And after we have a consensus on in our team, I will ask for Lubo and Vladik for the reviews. Aurel, do you want to talk about this one? I saw there's a new POC PR.
Yes, sure. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So if you remember, we had a web about creating an upgrade path for VMs using ordinal naming schemes, and the web was based on the ability to mutate the domain on the target virt launcher pod. And now this capability was separated into another web. It's web 142. At least the number of the enhancement is 142. So now there is a dedicated web for it. So this burden is now on the compute team, and we can just enjoy the fruits of this work. And our web will be smaller and just do the adjustments that we need on the target and the little adjustments that are required in virt controller, and that's it. It drastically removed content from the web.
So is there a requirement for this web to merge before this one gets through?
Yes, so this whole feature or upgrade path is dependent on this hook. So without this hook, we have nothing. And this hook is also a dependency for GPU live migration. So it would probably go in KubeVirt 1.8.
Was there a POC about it? I mean, it was tried out, right?
Yes, it was tried out. There is a PR. Vladik reviewed it, but I think just he reviewed it so
Yeah,
far.
but can you use it in order to try out your plans?
Yes, of
Can we
course.
try it? I mean, we don't have a lot of experience with. I mean, theoretically, it should work, right? We all know that, but just to try it out sounds like a good idea to see if it's practical as well. So we can say, okay, we POC'd it. It looks good.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. Moving on to issues. We had the one about dynamic resource allocation. I'm trying to see if there's anything new from when we spoke last week. Yeah, I see there's a lot of discussion going on. Eddie, do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't have a lot. I can. It was not discussed before, so I I'm asking. In general, this is there is a suggestion to replace first of all to use DRA in order to natively wire an interface or a network to the VM. Currently, we support two types of networks: is the pod network and the Multus networks. And this is a suggestion to add to use DRA in order to have a third option. The what is special about it is that it does not require Multus, and it can be natively done. And when I say natively, it means that kubelet and the runtime will do the job of doing all of this, and it doesn't require all kind of intermediate API calls that Multus does in order to do the same. This is the suggestion. It it is connected also to other needs of DRA, like because there are now DRA in order to specify GPUs, virtual GPUs, to specify extra memory, to have NUMA mapping, all kind of other resources, and the whole thing needs to play well. So there is a discussion in the compute SIG about it, and this is part of it, I guess. It's another option. There was another guy that suggested to do this using Multus as well, to integrate Multus into the picture, but it's, I guess, even with this API change, that one can still happen. But the Multus thing that they mentioned was to keep that format intact, like the the CNI, I guess, format. So it will still be the API to configure something for the DRA thing. I don't know if you understood all of this. You need to just read the references here. It's an interesting topic.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Moving on to the next one. So I found this from long back, and I wanted to ask, do we want to take care of this or how is it? So the summary is like after a in-place hot unplug, there are some interfaces or dummy interfaces still left, and that looks like a bug.
Yeah, so this is a bug discovered a while back with regards to in-place hot unplug. Currently, we don't have it as a priority to fix it, but if people are interested in solving it, feel free to.
Okay.
In other words, we are looking for contributors to fix it. It's about tearing down the interfaces when you unplug it. We don't remove the devices, I think, inside the pod network namespace.
The fact is that we change the name of one end of the vet pair to have another name. So the CNI del operation doesn't kill the correct interface. So after unplugging the interface from the domain, we need to rename the part of the vet pair to its original name, and then it could be taken out.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to know the context behind it. All right, moving on to the PRs. Here is a very small PR, and I suggested a small change related to the commit message, but that is not mandatory. So please take a look. It's a very small change that changes like the documentation a bit. The next one is,
Can you assign someone on the previous one? Otherwise, it will not be. No one will take care of it.
so it will get my LGTM if the author replies back, like if he wants to update
Okay.
the commit message, but we will still need an approve.
Okay, so let's get an LGTM and then.
Yeah,
let's
then
see.
I will ping everyone for an approve. Yes. Okay, this is also an old PR where we wanted to validate if the IP is there instead of just verifying the length of the IP array or something. I think we reviewed it a lot of times, and let me try to see what's happening finally. Okay, there was some comments from Oral, and the author needs to get back.
Yes, they have CI failing on the linter now, but the PR looks good.
Thank you. Next, Oral, we have your PR. I think I LGTM'd it, and it needs an approve.
Yes, I would also appreciate Neil's feedback on this PR. By the way, please ignore the hold here. The CI is currently great.
I'll review it today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Near's PR, which is the follow-up of removing the checksum verification thingy. So it removes a lot of unused code, and I did not get a chance to look at it, but I will take a look. Aurel, you have your hand up. Do you want to say anything?
Oh, I'm sorry, it was still up from earlier, but I
Okay.
wanted to ask if you already gave me the permission to speak. Should we rebase it? Like, is it depending on the previous PR?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay, so please rebase it.
Yeah.
And the last one is Near's very big PR, which refactors a lot of stuff. I did not look into this yet, but someday I will get to it. So
Eddie started to review it yesterday. Let's see how it goes.
okay. So that's everything on the agenda. I did not see anything on the Slack or the mailing list that requires our attention. So to the open floor, anyone has anything to raise? If not, thank you all for joining. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you.